At least 1,200 Palestinian prisoners began an open-ended hunger strike in Israel on Tuesday. The strike is meant to call attention to the imprisonment of Palestinians without trial and the practice of solitary confinement in Israeli jails. Euronews reports.
Protests were held to mark Prisoners' Day in the West Bank and Gaza. Over 1,000 of the 4,700 Palestinian prisoners being held by Israel have gone on hunger strike in a protest at conditions.
Hunger strikes are nothing new. Several Palestinian prisoners were already on strike, and The Guardian reports 3 had already been transferred to hospitals. The hunger strike comes the same day Palestinian activist Khader Adnan is expected to be freed. CNN recalls his story, as well as other highly covered hunger strikes. In February, Khader Adnan ended a 66-day strike after his sentence was commuted, and last month, female prisoner Hana Shalabi was deported to Gaza after refusing to eat for 44 days. Both Adnan and Shalabi were being held in administrative detention for suspected terrorist activity, according to the Israeli government. A source from Israel's prison service tells the Jerusalem Post hunger strikes are a known quantity. The threat of a hunger strike is always there. Should it be fulfilled, we are ready to deal with it. No special preparations are necessary. Israel's detention of Palestinians, sometimes without trial, has long been under the international microscope. Palestinians, the Associated Press notes, tend to believe all the prisoners held are political prisoners, not criminals. But Israel disagrees. The New York Times explains both sides' rationale. Israel defends its use of administrative detention as necessary for national security and says it is used when a case is based on informants or intelligence material that cannot be revealed in court. Critics say the secret evidence makes it impossible for administrative detainees or their lawyers to mount a proper defense. Administrative detention orders can be issued for a maximum of 6 months, but can be renewed indefinitely. So will Israeli officials bend to pressure from the strike? Here's London's Financial Times. Israeli officials said the strike was the largest of its kind since 2004, but warned that the government would not be pressed into concessions. A government spokesman said all prisoners in Israel were held in accordance with international conventions and laws. For Newsy, I'm CHRISTINA Hartman. Multiple sources, the real story.